Hi guys, welcome back. Maya from Simply Bloom. I am standing in front of my strawberry beds. I have two of them. I apologize for the noise. I'm right next to my turkey coop and guinea coop, so you hear my turkeys and guineas going off all the time. But I wanted to do a strawberry update. So I planted 200 Ozark Beauty strawberries, bare roots, earlier this spring. Those turkeys. And I did do a video on that. I will leave linked below in the description box so you can go ahead and check that out. But I just kind of wanted to talk about strawberry maintenance and what I do. So I try to do this weekly. Life happened though, so I haven't done it for a couple weeks. But every week you want to go through and pinch off any strawberry runners. So strawberries put energy into two things. They put energy into producing berries, the strawberries, and they also put energy into producing baby plants, which are the runners. So I am planting these for mass production of strawberries. So I want to clip off any runners so it puts all of its energy into producing berries. Now, Ozark Beauties, they are ever-bearing. So there's two main types of strawberries. There's June-bearing and then there's ever-bearing, and I think there's one more type. I'm not sure too much about that, so I'm not going to talk about it. The main two are June-bearing and ever-bearing. So June-bearing is, it does its mass production of strawberries in the around June months in Zone 3, northern Minnesota. It's more like the beginning of July, but most of the time it's in June, so that's why it is called June bearing. And then ever bearing, it has two main productions. So it does one big production in the spring around June, July-ish, and then it kind of stalls out, kind of takes a break, and then later, end of summer, early fall, it does another big production. And you'll get a few berries here and there in between. But for the main, it has like two big ones. So these are ever-bearing. So let me kind of flip you around. I'll show you what a runner looks like, how to take care of it. And yeah, there are some weeds coming up. I weeded everything and then I put down straw mulch to kind of stop the weeds from growing up, to kind of, what's the word I'm trying to think of? Smother the weeds, I guess. But I used straw and it still had quite a bit of oat seed, and I tried to get this oats out as best I could, but I still ended up planting oats. There were several oats stuck to the straw when I was putting it down. So now I have oats coming up, so I kind of need to thin and weed those out as well. So let me show you what I'm doing. Okay, these are the patches. You see some weeds coming up in like the rows and stuff like that, and there are the walkways. So I tried to come out here and pinch runners at least once a week. It's been a couple weeks since I last have, and I see them everywhere. So for example, here's a really good example of a runner. So this is when it's just starting. You can see it's sending out like this little tendril. I think that's what it's called. And I'm just going to go back as far as I can to where it starts and just pinch it off, just like that. So you could use a pair of pruners if you want, but I find just pinching it off works just fine. And I'm just going to do that all the way down the rows. With the straw, I notice sometimes the runners kind of sneak under the straw and then pop up, so they're a little bit more difficult to find. But here's actually a couple. Here's another one a little bit further along. You can see it's starting to make some leaves. So I'm just going to follow that back, pinch that one off. Here's another one even farther along. Follow it back, pinch that off. So that way, oh, another one. This one had 3. So this will stop energy from going into these baby plants that it was trying to make and put energy into producing more strawberries, which you see I'm going to have some forming here soon. So I'm just gonna check these rows pretty quick. It doesn't take too long if you stay on top of it, but I'm just gonna go inspect every plant, clip them off, and kind of pull some weeds as I go. So let's go. Okay, you guys, I got my runners. This is actually just one of the row, not both of them. And I can't remember if I mentioned, I have 2 rows 50 feet long, but I want to show you the different stages of the runners so you kind of know what you're looking for. All right, here's all my runners. Let me see if I can get some. Kind of showed you when I first started picking them. So when they first form, where did it go? When they first form, they look like this, just some long skinny stem, and you can kind of see a leaf bud at the end. And then when they're a little bit farther along, you'll see that the bud's starting to open up. It's a little bit longer, but there's still no roots forming. This is the stage you don't want to let them get to. You can see they had little roots starting to form, and it was actually sending off another, my camera's not focusing, I'm sorry. But you can see the roots were starting to form at the bottom, and it was actually starting to send off another runner off of the baby runner. That right here was taking so much energy from the plant instead of producing strawberries. I'm upset with myself that I let it get this far. All right, you guys, it feels so good to get that done and know that they're gonna put all that energy into producing more berries. I hope if you had any questions about how to pinch runners and stuff like that, I hope this video helps. And let me know what variety of strawberries you're growing, if they're everbearing or June bearing, if you know. I think it's just my mic's having problems. Let me know what variety of strawberries you're growing. I'd love to check them out. I live in a zone 3, so unless they're super hardy, I probably won't be able to grow them here, but I still love to know what you guys are growing as well. So thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe and join the Simply Bloom family, and I'll see you next time. Bye.